Do you want to do it?
Welcome to Dragon
Can you help
Friends.
me?
This is season 3 of... No, okay, let's try again. Well,
No, it stays in.
welcome to Dragon Friends. This is episode 3 of Tomb of Annihilation. We're coming to you live from Australia in the heart of a still beating whale. And Eden has failed to tie a bow tie despite watching a YouTube tutorial how to
My
do it.
neck's too big.
And now
it's
has
adjustable.
is being helped by someone from the audience. How's everyone's day
That's what
been?
the
It's good. Oh, yeah, we have an audience. Audience, make yourself known.
We have an audience mic. You can hear them this time. So onwards and upwards for the
Just start the adventure. It's going to be fun.
I don't think we can start the adventure while somebody from the audience very nicely is tying your bow tie.
That's as long as Okay, here we go. Great.
You'll notice, by the way, that I've opted for unbuttoned. There was some discussion on the thread last time about buttoned up versus a lot of hurtful things said.
I like the way you call bullying discussion.
Yeah, a lot of hurtful things said on twitch.tv/D&D that particular Saturday morning.
Yeah, if you're being bullied by a Dungeons and Dragons internet stream.
Was it a high point? Absolutely not. So the top button is... I was called Rain Man by multiple people in multiple countries.
This never
I
happened.
didn't realize what it was in reference to.
Yeah,
I thought it was...
It was... Oh, and that, and I couldn't stop counting toothpicks.
And Dave, what about your fashion? Let's do Dragon Friends fashion check-in.
My fashion is that I am wearing what I wore to work today, and because I was meant to...
Sorry, Dave works as Doctor Who. It's not even that. It's just a funny, mean thing to say.
And I'm wearing...
Like Simon's wearing a fucking pussy
Actually,
bow and no
wait.
one's saying anything.
I don't know if it's technically called a pussy bow, but Dave, you finish first.
No, I was
What's
just
it
saying
called?
I'm actually still wearing my jacket because I thought maybe that no one would notice, but you've drawn attention to it. So I'm sorry, everyone. I failed you. Look at Simon's weird bow tie.
Yeah. Guys, I lived in America for a while, and I went down to the South, and I robbed an old man. And that's the story of this fashion.
Did you steal all of his fried chicken?
Yeah.
No, I stole the recipes.
Oh.
And 10 of the 11 herbs and spices.
So we might
Two
need
of them
to-
are
We
salt.
might need to kick this off. with-
Sorry, the
Is it
fashion
happening?
check-in hasn't finished yet.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, everyone. My name's Alex. Tonight, I'm wearing a suit, and usually I can't be bothered, but today I did. This suit is... The shirt is connected to the jumper. What a twist.
Oh.
You didn't
It's a
need to
Peter
tell
Pan
anybody
collar.
that.
That's all I had.
They call that a...
Benny!
I think we've got a bit of a bow tie theme because I'm not sure if you can see it on the stream, but these are little bow ties.
Oh.
These little black dots on
But
my
you couldn't be
white
bothered
shirt.
wearing
Your-
an actual
your collar's
tie,
a
so
bit
that's
skewy,
okay.
Benny.
The collar's screwed because I didn't iron it today because, well, I had work to do. So,
If you're just tuning in,
it's one of
this is what the show is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fashion show.
We're a fashion
Is it
blog,
going
and we've...
well? I
It's
can't
better.
see.
Both sides
It looks
up.
so much better because before it looked like something a cat had coughed up.
You know how recently we were discussing how somebody said you were the poor man's Paul F. Tompkins?
I think that looks good, Betty.
Did you say that? Is that what you said?
I didn't say that.
You,
but
yeah, you're
somebody
just
said it to
repeating
you.
a funny thing you
I
said.
agree.
No, but this is really putting you up against him.
Did you see, by the way, that Paul F. Tompkins was walking through Cleveland the other day and a guy like kind of waved at him and then like as he passed Paul F. Tompkins, he heard the guy say, "Paul F. Tompkins looking motherfucker."
Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you for
that's
that.
a beautiful bow tie.
Okay,
actually.
look.
That's so much better.
So much. Thank you very much.
While we're on the note of making fun of Eden, also I noticed in the chat last time we did this, somebody came in having missed like 2/3 of the adventure and went, "Hey everyone, what did I miss in the D&D channel? Oh, Pablo Escobar plays D&D. Cool."
There is a likeness.
Oh. Our Twitch audiences are getting sassier. Don't sass me or I'll cry.
Are we ready? Talking of which, are we ready to play some D&D?
Yes.
Please.
Yep.
Okay. This is episode 3, and the smell of pitch and burning canvas fades as what was once Camp Righteous burns behind you. Doubtless, the Dragon Friends wished that they could say that this was the first time that they had accidentally razed a settlement to the ground, but alas, it is just another day in the office, I suppose, for wandering homicidal maniacs
Whoopsie.
such as yourselves. Look, it's mostly Hing's fault, actually. I feel that's maybe a bit unfair. With the remaining loyalists long dead, Justin the Warlock and his newly minted cabal of acolytes melt into the jungle, leaving you in a daze. Friezo especially seems deep in thought, and it occurs to you that while he may be with you in body, his mind, and crucially his voice, will be occupied elsewhere for at least the next 2 hours or so. Bobby, in your hands, you clutch the map that Justin gifted to the Dragon Friends for services rendered. And again, When I say services rendered, services here means father, rendered means murdered. The map itself is sealed in a strange, what seems to be a complicated case of wire, glass, and metal that is locked in some impossible way and bears further scrutiny. Now, however, is not the moment. As the night closes in, you already can hear the howls and screams of nocturnal predators too terrible to contemplate as they fill the air. Even more concerning are other stranger sounds that seem both near and far. Noises not of this world, not of this life, but sounds of the undead. Gribbets, your faithful goblin companion, suggests that it might be prudent to make camp for the night.
G'day guys, Weapon here. Might be prudent to make camp for the night.
What kind of it's just jungle, right? It's just jungle everywhere.
It is, but if you remember, the paladins of Camp Righteous, while they were still paladins, had warned you that the undead have been attacking, and in fact, you're on the very outskirts of civilized Chult, if there is such a thing.
Me don't know about you, Gribbets, but me think if undead gonna attack, me don't want to be asleep.
No, that's true. I guess by camp, I just sort of meant setting up a bit of a perimeter, some barriers, maybe some fire, and we can take it turns. I mean, look, I'd like a bit of shut eye, and I think some other people would. I'm very, very frightened.
Why don't we take a leaf out of the book of the bunny ant tribe and see if we can sleep in a tree? Are there any big trees we can?
Well, of course, there are big trees everywhere. Chult is incredibly dense in that way. So you have found yourselves in a clearing, but around it are giant trees, all very, very tropical.
Oh, delightful.
So are you going to try and climb one of these trees?
Yeah, I'll try
in
and
the
climb
dark?
one of these trees in the dark.
All right, go ahead.
We should have invested in hammocks.
Again, you had hammocks, you had all the equipment that you needed.
That's
in
a
those,
17 plus for dexterity.
in those canoes. Okay, so you scramble up, and I suppose you have a rope with you, and you can
Yep,
assist
I'll
the
take
others up. You guys find a tree that has sort of big, hefty sort of branches.
Oh, it's like in Jurassic Park.
I would like to sleep on top of a palm tree, like lying on top of the palm tree,
Okay, well,
Like an ibis.
like an ibis.
this not being Florida, there aren't that many palm trees.
Is it jungle? No.
Are you thinking of desert islands?
You
Yeah.
did say it was very tropical.
Yeah.
Palm
They are
trees are
tropical. Desert
tropical.
islands
There's
can
no
be
palm trees,
tropical.
really.
Look, my father runs Palmland, a nursery at Terry Hills where you can buy.
But this was Gribbets.
I was like,
Wait.
this is detailed backstory for Gribbets, but go on.
No, Gribbet's father also runs. No, that's canon now. Gribbet's father runs a nursery.
Palmland.
What's his name? Gribbet's dad.
Jolman. Jolman. His name is actually
Jolman.
Mole Man would be better, wouldn't it?
Oh man.
So he and I can tell you that there are different kinds of palms. The kinds of palms that you're going to find in the subtropical jungle, the kind that we're going to find here. You're not finding your traditional desert island palm trees, I'm afraid. You'll have to go elsewhere for that. Not Palmland, that much free. or maybe you can get them, I don't
Are you
know.
making a reference that your dad's not very good at his job?
No, he's excellent. I'm just saying that it's not.
Are we talking? Is this
Is this
Gribbets or Ben
sublimin-
talking? What's happening?
Is this subliminal advertising
This is
for
subliminal
Palmland?
advertising.
We have big talks before everything. Like, all right, we need to start with momentum, guys. We're gonna make the show happen good.
Then
And then
plug your dad's nursery.
a lot of bump talk. That's later. Palm talk.
All right, you make your way up into the tree,
We're in the
and
trees.
with Bobby's help, everybody scurries up a rope, which you then pull up into the tree.
And we each have a length of rope that we tie to ourselves and wrap around the branch and then pass another person so nobody falls out.
How
to-
big's the
to their
tree?
death.
Like, how can people be? Is
No,
everyone sleeping in the same tree?
No, you're going to have to buddy up. There's a few trees. You can reach them from up. You climb up the same tree, but you'll have to go to nearby trees.
Okay, well somebody's got to take Friezo's lifeless body, I guess.
No, he's like, he can ambulate. He's just kind of very deep in thought.
He's in a fugue state.
sure.
He's
Okay.
thinking about what he did. He's got a
Doubt
lot.
it.
Does he have a massive
I
erection?
doubt that very much.
Not massive.
All right, I'll
Friezo has a very slim penis.
I'm gonna take
And that is
Friezo.
canon.
Let's stop talking. Let's not talk about Friezo's piercings while he's not here again.
I'm gonna take Friezo with me up to a nice big tree, and I'm gonna lay him down.
Oh my god, he's not compos mentis. You shouldn't take
I'm gonna-
advantage of him.
I know. I'm gonna lay him down and then sleep on top of him.
Bobby, would you mind if I bunked
Like a
with
little
you?
mattress.
Says Grimsby.
Sure, I say.
Forgetting that he's a very loud snorer.
Can is his hat big enough and myself small enough that I can nestle it in the fork of a tree and sleep in it like a little bed?
How big do you think I am and small you are?
Just enough on both sides.
It's a very big hat. It could probably be like a little throw blanket.
I'll tell you what he does. He takes off his big kind of coat and fashions a little hammock between two branches of the tree for you.
No.
And he goes, and I'm very happy to take first watch.
Great. Thanks, Grimsby.
Which I guess means that Baston and Gribbets are bunked.
In another tree.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Well, we'll play
The weapon and the face.
Indeed.
Together at last.
What a dangerous duo.
Oh, duo, yeah.
Yeah, no one's quite as into it as those two. So, all right, the night passes. You guys find yourself heavy and falling asleep. Even Friezo, who normally would meditate and read his books with no light, there's no point. And even an elf sometimes has to sleep off some very specific demons. So, with that in mind, everybody, I want you all, and I'll make one for Friezo, to make for me a perception check. And just tell me what you get.
Do you
14.
add anything to perception?
Yep, you've got your perception.
I
14.
get
Oh, yeah.
a 5.
8.
Yep, 5 and 8. Perception is wisdom. Yep.
9.
Great, Mr. Grimsby.
8.
8. Okay. So that was terrible, all of you. And however,
I mean, we are asleep, so.
yeah, that's fine.
Just a question: are there like zombies like milling around the bottom, or are there like
You haven't
are they
seen any
sparse
zombies
enough?
yet.
Okay, cool.
It's not like they're everywhere. So the night seems to be passing. You guys are sleeping, and then actually it is Friezo, who, voiceless as he is, suddenly sits bolt upright, jolting you awake.
Ah.
And
This is like when you're in one of them folding couches and it folds up.
And he points a finger to another tree. Is that a reference? Is that a reference, firstly, that a fantasy orc would make?
Who has spent some time living in the future.
Where they still have folding couches. What a horrifying...
And she sleeps in her office because she's a hard worker.
That's
All right.
true.
Friezo is pointing to the other tree, and as you turn Filge and look, you can see the figure of Sir Grimsby leaning over Bobby.
Oh, Grimsby giving Bobby good night kiss. Good night, Grimsby. I yell out.
All right, you yell out, so you all hear that, and you can wake up if you want.
I choose to wake up.
I also, well, if everyone's doing, good night, Grimsby. Good night, weapon.
Good night, Baston.
Good night, Phil.
Good night, Moon.
Good night, Neverland.
And I'm like, hello, Grimsby.
Grimsby has in one of his hands, he seems to be holding a strange device you haven't seen before, and you can see in his other hand he's just pulled from next to you the strange device of glass wire and metal that held the map.
I snap my hand out and put my hand on it.
But because he'd already taken it, because you missed your check, he's already out of your reach, and he snaps back as
And,
well.
he points
The
the
map.
device at you, which you would recognize as a sort of small revolver.
It's like a smaller version of his
I
elephant.
thought it
gun.
was going to be a yo-yo.
And he says, now would be the time against your better judgment to not do anything stupid. Now I'm going to take this map, and I'm going to leave this tree.
Okay.
All right, well, that was nice.
Well, why don't you climb down this tree? I'll just sit here, above you.
Yeah, that sounds
But
good.
you don't have a rope or anything, remember?
Okay, so first thing I do is I put the map in my bag,
Okay, yep.
like on my just strap it to my back so I've got both hands.
No, you've got one hand because you have the...
Yeah, no, but I'm using that to train it on Bobby.
Yep.
And then I say, the next thing I'd like to do, very, very, very slowly, is to give me the rope.
You have the only rope at the moment.
Yeah, I give him the rope.
Okay,
I look. I'll tie it for you to the branch.
No.
No, go for it. Okay, you do it. Here you go. I hand it over.
I tie the rope to the branch.
Okay.
And I wrap it around my back, and I sort of start
Making your way down.
making my way down.
Okay.
I immediately, as soon as he's like sort of down and sort of climbing down, slide down the rope, just like letting myself fall directly onto him. And I grab his face and like start scratching him like a wildcat.
All right. So you're trying to grapple with him?
Yeah.
All right. Make an acrobatics check for me. Contest it with your athletics.
My athletics aren't very good.
No, they're not.
I've got a 10 plus
All right,
2.
That's 12.
I've got a 9.
Yep. But your acrobatics is plus 6.
Yeah, so that's taken into account.
I see. All right.
All right, so then...
Immediately leaping like a cat, Bobby dives off the tree, but actually manages to miss Sir Grimsby, who sort of awkwardly, and I'm not going to say in any way heroically, scrambles sweatily to his feet.
Can I try for a grapple?
Can
I try grab Bobby?
You can, absolutely.
Okay, so I want to grab Bobby and put the gun to his head.
Okay, great.
And am I okay? Did I like land on the ground?
I was going to say, so take D6 points of damage.
You hurt your butt.
Enough of the night has passed that you've regained your hit
No,
points.
roll a D6 and...
4.
But that's from your maximum hit points. And now the next one up, because you guys are having a quick just bonus round because you're so close to each other. Bobby, so...
Grimsby?
Sir Grimsby.
And I'm trying to grab him and...
Exactly the same. Make an athletics check, and you again make acrobatics.
Oh, can I do that again?
Absolutely not.
All right.
7.
Plus 17.
Right, so everybody's very bad in the dark for some reason at grabbing each other.
For some reason in the dark. Well, the dark.
And you guys are at an impasse on the ground, staking each other out. Now, quickly, Baston.
I'm going to swing down on a vine and kick Sir Grimsby in the chest. Oh!
All right, go ahead.
Off I go.
Make for me a...
19.
All right, I was...
Nice.
Can I have a little...
I'm the best.
Okay, you kick him, and because of the momentum, I'm actually going to say that you do a little bit more damage than you would have otherwise. So why don't you make it?
Am I a fighter? Is that a crit?
You are. Did you roll a 19?
Yes.
This is
It's a critical.
This is a
I am the
critical
best.
kick. So roll for me 2d8.
2d8. Yeah, I got some hard feats.
When you go from the top of a tree, it's true.
Bam.
So you get 13 points of damage.
He's not looking great.
You're not looking great. He
Sick.
holds on to the case, but the action knocks him against the tree, and the pistol in his hand falls, and you hear a sort of smashing, breaking sound as it falls on the ground. And next up is you, Filch.
Oh no, sounds like pistol broke the ground.
Wait, the pistol? The pistol broke?
It's a weird kind of very fancy,
Ooh,
ostentatious
fancy.
kind of thing. It feels like something twanged.
Oh,
All
no.
right.
There was
made with rubber bands.
There was an interesting story behind that pistol, damn it!
I run over.
You're on a tree.
Oh.
Shall we make you commit to that? Did you wake up and bolt upright? towards it?
Yes, fine. All right.
fine.
I run over. I go, Bobby!
Make
And I run.
make an acrobatics check for me. DC 14.
See if you can run out of
I
a
got
tree.
11 plus 6, which is a number called 17.
Why do you think you have plus
No,
6?
that's
6 athletics. What did you say?
I said acrobatics for
Are
falling.
they different, are they?
They are
they're
very-
all in the Olympics, Dave.
Yeah, and they're different events.
Okay, I've got... Wait, what did I
11
roll? An
plus
11.
Yeah,
13.
11. So you didn't actually make it. So you collapse in a heap, and you also get the D6 points of damage. Gribbets, you're up next.
Oh, here we bloody go. Nobody messes with my friend and mentor in many ways, Bobby Pancakes. And then he doesn't quite know what to do. Because he said it, and he's still up a tree, and there's no way of really getting down. But he really wants to... How many hit points does he have?
He's regained his hit points. He's
Okay, great.
been nursed back to health.
Okay, so he's just going to... If he accurately launched himself at Sir Grimsby...
Yes.
Could Sir Grimsby plausibly break his fall?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Does he have like skin that stretches between his arm
You're
and his leg
thinking of
like
a
a
gecko.
sugar glider?
You're thinking of either a sugar glider or a gecko.
So again, acrobatics check for me. It needs to be 14.
16!
All right, Gribbets launches himself off the tree, and you all see Grimsby tumble to the ground as a furious, strangely loyal, unnecessarily loyal goblin attaches itself to
Is
his
this like
face.
when Fabio was on a roller coaster and a bird flew into his face and
Very
broke his
similar to
nose?
this.
And you go tumbling, and why? side. Friezo is in too much of a catatonic state to do anything, so Bobby, you're up next.
So I get out my brand new poisonous dagger and just press it to his neck.
Great. Okay, quickly, I need you to make an attack with advantage because he's already been grappled.
That's a 7.
I roll it again because it's advantage.
Oh, great. That's a 6.
Doesn't beat 12.
All right, so you just can't find an opening in between the two of them. You're like that guy that sort of wants to join a fight but can't. And sort
To
of
be fair, I
dancing.
just wanted to hold it to his neck. I didn't want to attack him. I just wanted to.
There's two people fighting. One of them's on your side and one's not, and you're trying to
Oh,
like
I
get a
didn't
poison.
realize.
You're like
dagger
somebody trying to enter a skipping rope.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
it's cool.
I
That was
assumed
just me.
I assumed Gribbets had just
The
like
whole
bounced
time.
off him into the
The
woods.
hands will help.
Right.
The hands will help me.
Just get in there, you idiots.
Oh, no, the bell rung. Gotta go. Sorry, guys.
Baston.
Uh,
No. So Grimsby.
yeah.
All right, so he's pretty bloodied, but he still has the map,
He does,
right?
and he has a goblin on his face.
Yeah. Can I just... How hard is it to throw him off my face?
It's not very hard. So it's.
I rolled a 16.
A 16 will do it.
Great.
Grimsby all right. So he picks up and well, let me just make sure. Yep, 100%. So Gribbets goes flying and with a thwack hits the tree and takes another 5 points of damage.
Another? He hasn't taken any points of damage.
Well, in the scheme of it, like it's become
another in his life.
yeah, it's becoming a bit of a thing in this adventure. So.
All right. So Grimsby, having done that, goes, all right, listen up. And does he get do I need to roll to see if he gets everyone's attention?
Depends if they're going to give it to you.
Am I still on the vine?
Did I fall off the
Swinging
tree?
back?
Yes.
Are you still on the vine?
Yeah, like if I swung through, kicked him, then I got to swing back. I'm trying my luck
Physics
here.
says-
Yeah, you can ride the vine. So
Sick.
All right. So,
Time to ride
but I still
the
have some
vine.
time to
You
say
do have-
something
you
while
have
that's
your-
happening.
You have your 6 seconds, your traditional 6 seconds.
All right.
You should do the noise.
Do you idiots have any idea how powerful what you found is?
16.
And you get kicked. And you get kicked by Baston again. Baston, because of the law of diminishing energy, it's now a D6.
Oh.
It's another 4 points of damage.
He's not well.
Is he?
He's okay.
Has he
but-
dropped his map?
I was about to say, can you make for me a Constitution saving throw, DC 15?
That's an 11, everybody.
11, your
Plus-
Constitution plus 1, 12. He drops it. So, having said his piece, as Baston comes back for a second kick, he drops the case, which lands with a clink.
I make a dash and like just grab it.
Well, we're still in initiative, and the next one up is Filge.
I make a dash and I grab it.
All right, Filge swoops in and grabs the device, and you're now holding it in your hand.
Filch loves puzzles.
Oh, no.
All right, and Gribbets. No, Gribbets is rolling over and groaning, so let's go back to you, Bobby. Yeah. Unless you wanna
But
do
he's
some-
saying, did you guys see what I just did then?
Where is Grimsby's elephant gun?
It's in.
I'll forget about it. It famously takes 6 minutes to load. Don't worry about it.
It's
I think
in
it's on
3
the tree.
pieces in a tree.
Right. I will remember that later. Yeah, I'm just gonna go over to him and like just press my thumbs into his eyes.
Okay, I think you are damaged. You're,
Shouldn't we find out some information?
you're
Yeah.
damaged enough that I think, Bobby, you can, without much, because you're lying on the ground, you can, without much work, get on top of him and with your dagger or your thumbs or however you do this.
One thumb and one dagger.
All right.
Both to the eye?
Both not pressing hard enough yet.
Okay, his eyes go white and he seems scared for the first time since you've met him, and he puts his hands very slowly up.
Easy, easy. There's a boy.
Easy is as easy does.
Easy Mac.
Pardon?
Easy Rider.
I've lost a lot of blood.
What's your game, Grimsby? What was your plan? What were we gonna do?
yeah. See,
Yeah,
still.
in the space vacated because he's prone, the vine slowly comes to a stop, and an upset Baston, looking like a kid whose ride has ended, gets down.
Filch yells out, "Video easy!"
Go on, tell us then.
Oh, now your business.
I'm bored. Fun's over.
Look, this was going to be a pretty simple escort mission until you stumbled upon that map, but I couldn't let you take it. You have no idea. That's a pre-spelled plague artifact, you idiots. Even if you could open it, which, by the way, that's a big bloody if, couldn't have you stumbling into the lost city of Umu.
Omu again. I cannot stress it enough.
Look, I'm using the original pronunciation that we have.
I can't help but notice that the head of the Paladin camp also used that pronunciation, which was also wrong.
Only we knew what connected those two. What a big old Omu on the notes. Omu.
Well,
Why don't we just smash it?
yeah, why don't we just smash it?
Phil holding the... Is she holding it?
Yeah.
Why don't you just very, very, very gently give that a little shake and tell me what you hear?
I give it a tiny little shake.
Okay, you hear a sloshing that catches your attention, and for the first time, you kind of look at it closely, and in the pre-dawn light, you can just make out what's inside, because as I said, it's built of wire and sort of glass or some kind of crystal, and it's transparent. And inside you can see a coil of what looks like very old paper that is ripped on one side, and in beautiful old inks and an exquisite hand, what seems to be, though it is tightly coiled, a map. Also, you can see running along the architecture of the entire tube a kind of wired system that seems to be holding it together, and then a anchor point that holds a vial of ink. And you realize that if it breaks, the ink will drop and destroy the map.
Now, I'm betting, and this is a bit of a long shot, that none of you know how to open that particular tube.
Actually, Phil saw Da Vinci Code. But forgets how the main character opened the tube. So yes, you are correct.
Luckily, one of us here is something of an expert in the pre-spell plague era and could open the tube.
It's me.
It's not him.
It's me, isn't it?
It's not you.
Is it Gribbets?
It's not
Gribbets.
bloody, it's me!
It's either Baston, Bobby, or Gribbett.
It might be Freezy. If Freezy hasn't
I
said
have
anything yet.
outlined all the people it's not and the one person it is, you fucking morons! What you hold in your hand is one of the most valuable artifacts that has been uncovered in the past millennia. Now,
You've never seen him this angry, by the way.
have to apologize for my methods of taking it, or perhaps stealing it, as you say, but I couldn't let it fall into your, and look, I'll say it, idiot hands. Now,
Hey,
yeah.
these idiot hands, and I just like punch him in the face.
These are my friends.
All right, quickly make a attack roll for me.
punch you.
Yep, they're right. You miss.
And I look at them and I go, idiot hands.
Exactly those ones, yes. Now look, if we can just all put this behind us and behave like adults, then I'm sure we can come
Did
to
you say
some-
dolts or
Dogs?
adults?
I didn't say
thought you
dogs.
Said,
I
oh,
didn't
sorry.
say
That's my bad. I misheard you.
Now, I'm not asking to have the tube. I know that that's a bit too much of a compromise. You can keep it, but if you keep me with you, then I'll show you how to open it.
Should we let him?
I think that's fair enough.
All right. Baston, tie Grimsby to the tree.
Wait, what?
Tie Grimsby to the tree.
But we can take him with us? All
Well,
right.
we can
We'll
do
make
it
him
right
open
now.
it now.
We do it right now.
Oh, just open it right now.
All
Just
right.
tell
Don't
me how
tie
to do
up his mouth.
it. Okay.
Or his hands.
Now, I hope you understand that my teensy of little concern is that, having been with you for a little while, I'm reasonably sure that the moment I open that tube, you're going to murder me.
Well,
We look at
can
each
either-
other and like shrug in a really cute way.
Well, the other option would be we could murder you now because we're too stupid to care what this map is anyway. So what have you got
Yeah,
to lose?
me never wanted to go to Umu before. Why me go now?
I don't know, maybe you want to get home.
Wait.
Umu way home?
I mean,
Oh,
All right,
yes.
we're intrigued. Now, stand up against this tree.
You would remember, by the way, that you were told back when you were with Commander Breakbone that the lost city of Omu was a great city in the golden age of Chult pre-spell plague that has since been lost, but was home of marvelous artifacts, technology that is no longer with us, and magic.
iPod Nano.
Nearly 1,000 songs.
and magical items that can bring the dead back to life and transport people in an instant from city to city and even from plane of existence to plane of existence. All of these magics have been lost to Chult when the city disappeared.
Now, it strikes me that none of you are from around this place, whether it's the city or the realm or possibly the plane. And I imagine the sort of magics in Umu are the sort of things you'd like to get your hands on.
Not Umu, for God's sake.
No, listen. I'm drawing a line in the bloody sand. It's how I was taught to say it.
Is it like ancient Egypt? There are no vowels, so...
It's bloody. It's exactly like that. Thank you. And look, I have my own reason for wanting to go to this city, and you don't need to know what that is.
Tell
but
us.
I just said you don't need to know what that
No,
is.
we don't need to, but we'd like to.
Sex tourism?
Yes. No, it's not bloody sex tourism.
You just have that vibe about you.
Is it the hat?
Mostly the hat.
It's the hat, the
Floral shirt.
It's the long socks and the like the...
The three-quarter pants.
Yeah.
Of course, you realize that
Because I'm wearing none of these things.
all of you are actually, despite being at blows with each other, in the same boat. Janos Mir's ship has left, and with it, all of your best shot at returning to the mainland and the Sword Coast. And that goes for you too, Sir Grimsby. You are all now strangers in a strange land, and it may be that Omu is the best way home.
Yeah, let's just get rich. And we'll buy our way home.
Yeah, or die trying.
Yeah.
Do you fist bump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we bump.
So did we... So did we agree that we weren't tying me to a tree?
No, no.
Still tying
Very
you to a
much
tree.
still tying you to
Open
a tree.
the tube.
Okay, so, Baston, are you the one approaching with the rope? Because Bobby has it.
Oh, the rope? Well, what does he have? Does he still have
Oh,
his
no, it's
pistol?
tied.
I've got nothing.
It's tied to the branches.
Yeah, look, and I've got my vine. But, like, is he a threat? Does he have any weapons? I'm going to take his weapons.
I literally... I mean, you can frisk me, but I
I'm
have
going to frisk him then.
All right, you find,
many weapons.
many
Check his socks.
What does he have? Yeah, I'm going to frisk him all over.
Okay, you frisk him
Yeah,
and
intimate. I'm
An
gonna start
itemized,
I'm going to start to strip him.
yeah,
Yeah, take it off. Be
you
like,
find
"Yeah,
a
girl."
container full of what seems like bullets,
Bags.
a twisted piece of greased paper that has a strange black powder in it.
Black powder, got it.
And-
My powder!
And you also see a pipe with some pipe weed.
Me mon pipe.
You see a
You don't even smoke!
a small
Me too
purse,
now.
a small purse with about 50 gold coins,
Bags.
a locket with a picture of a girl with sun-kissed curls and an inscription that says, "To my love, though sickness may
I
part us."
just crush it under my heel.
All right. Okay.
Oh my god!
With that, and as
People are
Bobby,
fucking monsters!
Really?
Yes! All I did was steal a map!
and Bobby,
You burned down a fucking village!
Bobby, you go. Bobby scurries his way up into the tree to get the rope, I presume.
Sure.
Okay,
And
because this is a tense situation, you are gonna have to roll one more time. So again, this is. Why don't you do it in the
I
dice
didn't know
game?
we had tents.
But I feel like...
Boo.
Don't!
20.
No, you don't.
All right, Bobby scurries right up that tree and is about to untie the rope when you spot something, Bobby. And looking beyond the clearing from your new perspective, you see a huge, hulking shape that has been padding towards the clearing. It is a giant lizard, like nothing that you have ever seen, standing on its with
Like a terrible
powerful-
lizard?
like a dinosaur on powerful hind legs with a strong tail, tiny prehensile arms, and the huge jaws. And the worst thing about it is also
triceratops.
that
Jokes.
its eyes are listless and its ribs exposed and through
listless.
bleeding.
Wait, a zombie Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Oh, God.
And somehow you lock eyes with it and it sees you and it screeches and the entire room vibrates and a small glass of water.
Oh, right, yeah.
And a small glass of water that somebody had, I guess, sort of tremors.
distract.
And with that, it surges towards you. And Bobby, you are very quick.
Can I do what the roar sounds like?
Yeah.
I'm a big old dinosaur. I'm dead.
Frighteningly accurate.
Chilling.
You are chilled to your core.
Dave...
Can someone remind me that the next time he asks if Bobby, you've spotted it. They haven't seen anything, although they heard the noise, and you're first.
I just yell out, guys, take cover. There's a big zombie Tyrannosaurus Rex coming.
I'm gonna grab the thing and put it in my backpack.
Okay, you grab it. You guys quickly. Are you going to
Off
abandon
me?
the rope, or are you going to
You
try and
have it?
untie it?
Oh, I had it.
I'm gonna
if you
try to
want, you
untie
can
it and
leave
have
it,
it.
that's fine.
Okay.
And coil it up and put it over
Quickly
my
make a
shoulder.
dexterity check because you're trying to do this under duress. 13 will do it. So you untie the rope, and you're still up on the branches.
Yep.
Yep. So you're still up in the tree. All right. You guys, it's about 60 feet away, and it's
That's
huge.
real close.
It's really, really close.
What?
So it was obviously padding quite slowly towards you, but it's through dense jungles. It's
Patty.
Oh, stop it! And it's going.
I'm creeping through the jungle.
Is this the kind of thing? So can I see it above the? Maybe I'll climb up a tree to see what I can see. Is that a dumb idea?
So Grimsby's first.
What are you doing?
Look, I know that we've had our disagreements over the past half hour, but may I just make one suggestion to the group, and that's run!
And with that, he races in the opposite
Does this
direction.
look like
Okay.
something that's too big to kill?
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Well, he's gone. He's the only way to open the map. So
Okay, I'll follow him.
I yell down, yeah, follow Grimsby.
Okay, so you're chasing after.
Well, I'm gonna overtake him obviously because I'm pretty athletic.
Okay.
I don't let anybody beat me in a race.
Alright, you're all racing. Filch, Gribbets goes with them. Friezo goes with them. Friezo.
No, actually, Gribbets is like, guys, I think I got it.
All right, Gribbets is gonna stay.
If you want to unsheath the weapon, just let me know. Like, I feel like I've really been like building up my experience, and I'm ready to take it on.
Go for it! I yell down. You can do this.
I believe that I can.
All right, it's 60 feet. So
It's been nice knowing you.
Gribbets starts sort of just hacking his way quite lightly because he's gotten through the jungle towards the T-Rex, and his feet are getting sort of caught in the weeds, and he's not getting much of a run.
I scoop up Gribbets and I throw him over my shoulder and I run towards Grimsby.
Okay, so everybody's running, and the T-Rex starts racing forward, and vines are trapping it, and what should have been a kill run is sort of confusing it as it snaps angrily, but the trees that are holding it back are cracking under its enormous strength as it's making a beeline towards you, Bobby.
Okay, I'm sort of running.
I'm making a beeline, but I'm a dinosaur.
Ignore him.
I'm following them from the trees, branch to branch.
Make a dexterity roll for me. Yep, cool. Hey, don't forget the dice cam as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you rolled an 8.
Yep.
Which with your
I
dex
fall to the
no,
ground.
No. That's it's standard check. That's enough for you. So you make your way through this very dense foliage, and you're sort of hopping from branch to branch, just moving at normal speed, but as if you were above the ground, keeping pace with the others. As you guys sort of race and stumble, you run for a little bit, and the dinosaur is slowly gaining on you just by dint of the fact that it can tear down the obstacles you have to make your way around, and you guys are starting to tire out. Also, alarmingly, as you run, you start realizing you can hear the sound of water, and you realize that you're going to have to cross a creek soon. Gribbets, you're, I guess, being picked
I'm
up.
on her shoulder, yeah.
Great. All right.
So the creek is crossable, like it's not.
It is. Well, you just as you burst in, you see the sort of rapids, and it's crossable, but it's like it's going to be
More vine swinging.
Also for you, Bobby, it means an end to the trees, and so the first one again is you, Baston.
Is it? Ooh, and it's like, but is there other trees tall enough either side of the creek that we could do a vine swing across? Because that's what I'm doing.
You don't have enough of a run up. I'm not going to let you do that. That's
but
not
if
how
I
vine swings work. Oh, you're going to climb up a tree.
Yeah, climb up a tree and then do a
You're
vine.
gonna pause to climb up a tree.
No,
No, race it.
I'm gonna get to the closest tree on the end, tie the rope around the end, and throw it down, and go run back and see if you can get enough trajectory to swing across.
Okay, so you're great. So you're make an
I'm
athletics check.
literally doing a rope swing.
Yep, I want you
across a creek.
Yep, okay, so this
Do a
is going to be
backflip.
DC 14 for you. 16 will do it. Up the tree you go. Meanwhile, Bobby, I need you to make for me just a standard DC 10.
Is it a critical
This is
fail if
dexterity
you
again.
can't get the thing in?
13
13,
plus
alright.
6.
Filch, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna. I think I'm heavy enough to walk through the creek without.
Great, I need you to make a strength check for me. This is DC 13.
Plus 4, 14.
14, all right.
Grimsby?
And, Grimsby, yeah, what are you doing?
Can I just... I'm kind of ahead of the pack, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Can I just look for something to shelter in or hide or...
Yep, so you're going to just try and hide. Quick, make a stealth check for me.
8. Not going to do it.
All right, okay.
I'm hiding!
All right, so you
Don't move.
to paint
to
paint the scene as the dragon princess, you stumble to the edge of the water. Bobby, you quickly pull out the rope that you've had slung over your shoulder, and you fashion it into a knot and throw the rope down. As Baston, you make your way up with Bobby, and the two of you, I suppose, try to rappel down to the other side of the water. Is that correct?
Sweet.
Yeah, I think it's like I rope down, go that
If
way.
we jump the opposite way the water is, then the swing will take us across the water.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
release at some point, probably at the zenith of the swing,
Yeah.
and do a flip and land on the other side.
Okay, I need you
You've
to
added that flip.
one more dexterity check for me. Disadvantage for you, Baston, because you're trying to do a flip.
That's a 17 plus 6.
12 and another one, Baston.
Oh, because I'm disadvantaged. 13. I got
All
plus
right,
2
you
dex.
both make the swing.
15.
Baston executes a perfect flip, and the two of you land. Filge, you manage to ford the river, and Grimsby, you.
I'm hiding on the other side of the river, I guess.
Yep. As the on the opposite side to them.
On the bad bank.
On the bad bank. As the T-Rex comes in and immediately spots you, and at that moment it lunges towards you.
Me?
Because it spots you instantly, and it multi-attacks. One of its attacks misses, but its bite attack hits you. And
Can I try leap out of the way at least?
you cannot, I am afraid, no. So that means that this
We're only going to have half a friend.
okay, you take 15 points of damage.
Well, that kills him.
It brings you, certainly knocks you out, but the worst thing about it is he's still carrying at this point the map case.
No, he's not.
No,
No,
Filch
no,
has it.
I had it.
Oh, Phil
Yeah,
has the
Phil
map
has
case?
it, yeah, yeah.
All right, so Grimsby is knocked
Dead to us.
Is knocked aside. It bites him, grabs him, and throws him against a tree. But then
Can it maybe throw him across the creek?
Absolutely not. But sensing even more meat and greedy, it then starts to move across towards you guys. And I need you quickly to make for me
And
a
it
death saving
drowns.
First death saving throw, that's a 15.
Succeeds.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Are zombies allergic to holy water?
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't say allergic, but
I put my hand over the river and I say, by the power of Magubliet, goddess of war to these lands, we entreat you, bless this water to protect those righteous warriors.
okay. So, the reason that undead are allergic to holy water is because it's like magic. It's created by like priests who have an arcane connection to the divine.
I'm magic, I can do charm person.
You, however, do not. Not arcane, a divine connection. You do not. So, and you. That is a goblin.
I have taken that religion.
Wait, what?
When?
Well, when I bowed down to her, I made a solemn promise to the
So you are now
Fighting
a
ant
follower
tribe.
of the
Magubliet. Yep.
the goblin god of war.
Yep.
All right. I didn't realize.
Built it in the census.
Go back to the first stream, mate.
No, I know
It's
you.
clear.
I know you said it.
Everybody pause it and go back.
No,
And
no,
don't
that's-
because he didn't do that.
Oh, no, he did. But I just didn't think he meant it. All right.
I was so moved by the culture of these people that
Magubliet, of course, the famous god of war, enslaver of tribes. Magubliet, who feasts upon the eyeballs of children and who demands that his followers put to the blade, pacifists.
It's a she, by the way.
It is a she, yeah.
We said he, so
I'm sorry. Well, it actually, do you know
it's
what?
2017.
Magubliet comes in many forms, and gender is a construct. So, with
Fair
that
enough.
in mind, you worship a goblin god of war. And it's still, however, you are not a cleric yet of Magubliet. But give it time, and so therefore nothing happens. What are you doing, Baston?
I'm on the other side of the creek. There's a big Tyrannosaurus Rex coming across the thing. Maybe if we if I lasso its face. And then if I
Unfortunately,
drag
you guys
its
have
face-
lost. You've lost your only
Oh,
rope.
we've got no
But what
things.
about our spiderweb rope?
I've
that
got my
Filch
spider
has?
web rope still.
No,
Yeah,
that
like-
was the rope.
Wait, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
No.
Can I see if there's a deeper part of the stream either way?
Yeah, you can.
Like, could I try and lure it into a deeper part?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is actually, you're lucky. You kind of found a ford. It's deeper on both sides.
Didn't need the ford though. Just swung across it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna like wave my magic sword and be like, "You eat me, eat my butt," and wave and lead it towards the deeper part of the stream.
Make a bluff check for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna bluff you dumb
DC
lizard.
9.
9.
It's easy because it's
Plus-
obviously hungry and
Plus
stupid.
1 is 10.
What does it say to that? Not that anyone but Friezo can understand it.
Oh my goodness. I'ma eat that. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
It stumbles towards the water and it rolls at disadvantage because of the raging water. It rolls a 4, which means that it stumbles on one foot and it gets caught in the eddies of the water.
I'm caught in an eddy.
You guys have a moment to react if you want. It will get out of this. This is not the end.
Are there like rocks in the creek?
Yep, there are.
I'm gonna throw a rock at its head.
Okay.
Big rock.
A big rock.
I yelled to Baston, remove the head. You've got a big magic sword.
Can I chop its head off?
It's huge. I mean, you can go and have a fight.
I don't think I want to fight this.
So while it's struggling, I get up as close as possible, and I throw a big rock at its head.
Okay, first of all, two stages to this. How big a rock do you want to throw? Do you want to throw a rock that is kind of easy to throw, difficult, challenging to throw, or almost impossible to throw?
Let's go with challenging, Dave.
All right, DC 15.
Plus strength.
Yep. 20.
Oh!
All right, because
so
you rolled
good.
because you rolled a 20, I'm gonna say that you were even lowballing yourself when you said challenging, and you picked up a rock that it did not look like Filge could pick up, and
Yeah.
without
and I
saying
pick it up like a
anything.
shot. What's the one where they spin around?
a discus.
That's a hammer throw.
Hammer throw. I want to hammer throw the rock.
All right, you're gonna hammer throw the rock at the T-Rex, and you spin around a couple of times, and you release. Make an attack for me.
Eat rock.
18.
Okay, you hit it. Congratulations. So I'm gonna say that's a D12 plus your strength.
This guy.
Yep.
Oh, yep. For my damage is 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. So you do 11 points of damage to it, and it rears and it screams.
Oh, I got hit by a rock in my head.
And it falls down, lashing, but also you get the sense that it has been just scratched, basically, that it has so much more life
But it's
inside it.
still in deep water, right?
Yep, it's in the water.
Okay. So I'm going to go back. I guess I'm going to have to try and ford the stream to try and get Grimsby.
Yep, you're going to race across the stream?
Yep.
Same strength check as Filch had to make.
Okay. Strength. 16.
All right, you
Easy.
race across and you find his crumpled corpse.
Okay, I'll pick him up, take him back.
All right, great. One more strength check for me.
No! How did I miss?
That's all right. 12
Well,
plus
easy. Yeah.
plus your strength, you make it across. So you guys are all on the right side. You slung over your shoulder, you have a limp, dying Grimsby. Slung over your shoulder, you have a compliant, friendly Gribbets.
Well, this is nice.
Slung over your shoulder, you have a hat, a big hat you were using as a hammock, and
Oh, yeah.
you all make your way further into the jungle. I assume racing away from the T-Rex.
Let's just get out of here.
I
We've
said,
got some advantage.
bye,
Let's run.
Dino.
Okay, quickly you find what seems to be a sort of trail, and following it through, the foliage seems to get denser and denser, and suddenly you find yourself in front of a wall of what seems to be thorns, and cut into those thorns is a kind of entrance.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get in there.
Nah, let's do the thorns. Just kidding, guys. Let's go through the entrance.
Okay. You race into the entrance and find yourselves in a maze, and you can hear thumping behind you and shrieks that the dinosaur is back up on its feet and is coming towards you. You're just inside this maze.
to get you.
I feel like the entire mood of this would be different if you hadn't done that voice.
I'm gonna eat y'all up. Yum, yum, yum.
Okay, guys, whatever we do, don't split up.
Okay.
Do we have options? Like,
Yeah, I mean, who's going to lead? How are you going to? What are you
Is it a
gonna
hedge maze?
it's a thorn hedge.
It's a
maze.
thorn hedge maze.
Ouch.
Oh.
I say ouch because I walk straight into it.
Okay.
Wait.
Do you really?
So, was the entrance too small for the T-Rex to get into?
It looks like it probably is, yeah.
Phew.
Unless it just destroys it.
Oh, yeah. Right. All right.
Well, let's just try and go as far as possible down
let's
the.
hightail it.
So Yeah.
Let's follow you, Bobby.
Okay.
All right,
I'm going
Bobby,
first.
make an intelligence check for me, and I need you to be 12.
Well, that was an 11 plus
Your intelligence?
1 intelligence 12.
All right. Bobby struggles, but sort of knows to keep left, and you.
I do know to keep left. I was going to say that.
You can hear the sound of the T-Rex getting further away in the distance. At one point, the whole maze seems to sort of shudder and vibrate, but holds. And as you realize, the T-Rex has slammed itself into the maze, but the maze has somehow held. And as you round yourselves, you seem to travel all the way around this maze, but soon you find another opening just ahead.
The exit of the maze.
And you're going to go through?
Yeah, what does it look like? The same as the other?
It's still dawn and it's hard to see, so you're going to have to go through.
Yep.
All right,
I'll go
who's
through.
going first?
Bobby goes through first.
I'll go first.
All right, Bobby, you with your friends in tow, with Grimsby already held in Baston's muscly arms. Don't know why I phrased it like that.
It's accurate.
Make your way through the entrance, and as you do, a strange sight emerges. For you are in the center of the maze, the heart of the maze, and what you see stretching across the space of about a small hill is a town of sorts with crude mud huts everywhere, and at the center of this hill, a kind of marsh full of phosphorescent mushrooms that are being tended to by brilliantly colored frogmen who are of all different shapes and colors. And at the top of this kind of natural embankment in this marshy sort of hill area is an idol, a giant wooden, about 60 foot tall figure of a grinning, obese frog holding his belly. And as you marvel at this space and what seems to be a community of about 60, suddenly a tiny voice calls out, "Halt!" And you look, and on either side of you are 4 frogmen with tiny spears and little helmets who think they're very fierce. So don't say, "Oh."
How big are they?
Are they frog-sized?
They're Bobby-sized.
They're
The same
Bobby
size as me.
size.
So I go, guys, follow suit. And I get down on my knees and I put my hands above my head. And I say, "We seek refuge. We mean you no harm." And I just wait and bow respectfully.
And so you do as you sink. As Bobby sinks to his knees, do the rest of you follow suit?
I say, "Sup, froggos," and I give them a high five.
All right. The dragon friends speak in many languages, but will their message be heard in the deepest, darkest jungles of Chult, where frogs walk as men and dinosaurs bleed
men
as
walk as
undead?
frogs.
Will they make their way to Omu, find their way home again? What of this map and how to access it? Is Grimsby going to be okay? More importantly, do we care? For the answers to questions such as these, tune in right now or just stay watching the next episode of Dragon Friends. Thank you.
We gotta do the thing. Do the thing.
That was great, Dave.
3, 2,
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's a wine now.
Well, welcome back to
Sobering up.
Dragon Friends. It's been 6 years. So,
My children have grown and left the house. And
6
now
years old?
they are preternaturally intelligent.
the jungles of Chult are native to many races of beast and man, but one particular people are the grung, those formidable frogmen, tiny but potent, that walk its humid laneways and drink in its tiny bars.
Right, that's great.
One such tribe is the tribe of Grok, a small community that lurk within the hedge maze village that they call Dungrunglung. This is...
I'm just going to stop writing them down.
Dung rung lung.
Okay.
Some 60 souls who farm the phosphorescent mushrooms of the lake that forms the center of their community and sell powders based off those mushrooms to mercenaries, pirates, and all manner of communities around Chult. This is as close as the Grung, a famously sort of secretive people, have to a trading outpost and one of the tribe's most familiar with outsiders. But still, as you make your way through the hedge, you can sense the tension in the air. The Grung are a caste-based society where the color of your
Nope. Did you say cased?
Oh no.
Cast.
Cased?
Caste-based. It sounds right.
That's fine. Go on.
nice.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I broke
For
the
the listeners at home, cast. C-A-S-T-E.
Dave,
Well, I'm just glad I pronounced
you-
Dungrunglung right. Yep.
you keep doing you, Dave.
Yeah. No, I feel.
Caste-based it is.
The Grung are a caste-based society where the color of your skin dictates your station in life. And these...
That kind of cast. Right. Okay.
Did you think they all had their arms in little slings?
No, at first I thought he said case, and I was like, is that a law thing? And then when you said it's pronounced cast, I was, what's... yeah.
Okay.
There's an E. I get it now. That's hence the...
Yeah, like
pronoun-
chased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Makes
you
sense. Perfectly
Yeah, it's
reasonable
fine.
for a non-English speaker.
I don't even need to know. It's really...
So out among the lily pads, you can see the green workers and farmers with the purple supervisor frogs supervising. And these are the blue grung that suggests they're sort of guards, but also one of them is orange, an elite grung. And obviously, by the splendid nature of his mottled hide, something of a senior figure. And he is the one that walks slowly up to you, Baston, and addresses your belt buckle.
Does he bend over, or how tall is
Wait,
he?
it doesn't look up.
No, he doesn't bend. Why would he bend over?
Oh, how tall is he?
Do you mean Baston bends over?
No, how tall is this
He's
dude?
Bobby size.
So does me.
Oh, okay. So he's talking about belt buckle.
But why wouldn't he look up?
I do not deign to look up. You can crouch if you prefer.
Does he think this is my eye?
I do not think it's
Like-
your eye. I know it's your belt buckle. I do not deign to look up.
Well, I feel this feels weird looking down at him, so I'm gonna squat.
Sorry, did you do a b-boy stance?
Yeah, I do a b-boy stand,
Yeah,
Yes,
men
wonderful.
will walk as frogs.
Yes,
and I say, "Check it."
you're adventurers from outside the maze.
Correct.
Good. No, I like to say things that are true. Makes me feel good.
You know what? I like you already.
Yeah, well, that's good. What brings you here?
Our friend is hurt, and there was a lizard, and he was trying to he tried to eat my friend.
That's true. You are holding a dying historian from the Watadavian Historical Society over your shoulder. And in fact, make another death saving throw for me now. You
That's a
fail.
7, friends.
Quick.
So that is 1 success, 1 fail. If you get to 3, Grimsby dies forever. If you get 3 successes, he'll go unconscious.
Quick dragon huddle. If he was bitten by a zombie dinosaur, will he turn into a zombie?
Dinosaur.
Historian.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for putting that out.
Yeah. Question to the group. Is this like... We all know how this works. Do we know how this works? Do we know how zombies work?
Yeah,
From,
you went to Barovia. That's about as undead as it gets. So
So, like, guys, is he going to go undead?
no, he won't. The way that undead in this world are raised by powerful necromancers. Now, a sort of middling necromancer might cast a spell that raises a graveyard full of necromancers. However, Chult is a cursed land, and after the spell plague, when Raznasi formed potent pacts with ancient powers, he was able to raise all that had died in Chult for hundreds of years, and he created an army the likes of which this land has never seen. And after Raznasi's death, that army still lurks in the jungle, and he raised beasts, and he raised men, and he raised everything.
Right. So there's not
He
necromancers.
raised everything. Very niche Simpsons joke
Yeah.
there. Just for Benny.
That's
Davis.
why Benny's laughing and no
Benny
one else
loved
is.
As soon as it was out, I'm like, no one else gets it. It's so embarrassing. No, good reference. Good reference. Yeah.
So that's
okay.
that's why.
Okay.
All right. So zombos can't turn other
No,
people into
this
zombos.
is what remains of a 100-year-old curse.
Oh, they're endangered.
They don't like pandas. Because Phil said that out loud.
Yeah.
And the orange frog heard it. They don't like pandas.
Which means he's very good at picking up from social clues a conversation that was largely thought.
I'm very smart. People don't think I'm very smart, but I'm very smart.
Filch thinks you're smart.
I think you're smart too. And handsome.
Oh well, your friend looks very ill. We should get him to the hospice.
The hospice.
The hospice.
Oh, it doesn't look good then, does it?
However,
Alright.
they haven't withdrawn their spears, however, and the frog coughs and points at your sword on your belt, and you realize that they're not going to let you into their village while you are all armed.
Yeah, gonna need to put that in the sack.
And an even smaller grung, which I guess you can play Eden, waddles over and holds a sack bigger than himself.
If you want to get in, you gotta put it in a sack.
Yeah, you gotta put it in the sack.
Put it in a sack.
Great job, Liam.
Thanks, Bill.
This is a green, again, a worker
Right.
frog.
You know, go on in, put it in a sack.
So I put my butt.
Put it in my sack. I got a sack. Put it in my sack. If you want to get in, you gotta put it in my sack.
All right, Liam, that's enough. Let's not
I'm
go.
sorry to be clear.
Liam, hold your sack out to me, please.
Oh, right over here.
Liam, you're being mocked.
What?
I am.
What?
I pat the sack and I'm like, oh, it's a very smooth sack. I thought it would be of
Liam-
course, hairy.
Oh, he's making a joke about my balls.
I slap I slap Bobby with my naked hand.
Does it stick to it because you got
No,
suckers
do you know
on
what?
your
Actually,
fingers?
the moment it does, it tingles, and for a second you just think that this is because you've been slapped, and you're surprised because you're the only person he probably could
Shouldn't
slap.
have made a ball joke.
And I want you to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 13. All right, you feel sluggish and sickly, and in fact, you guys can see that the veins in his cheek suddenly seem to agitatedly rise up, and you realize that you have been contact poisoned by touching one of these grunts.
Poison or high?
No.
Is there any like psychedelic side effects of this?
Does any like psychedelic music start playing?
Actually, it's hard to discern. It's like a harsh high.
Bobby's into it. It's like,
All right.
Nevertheless, you are poisoned, and you will have disadvantage to attacks and saving throws until it wears off.
And the orange
And
frog
there's
holds
a
it.
ton
Goes,
of them,
would
right?
anybody else like to make a scrotum joke?
No, sir, I think they're uncouth.
and I go,
which he doesn't.
Yeah.
and I say, scrotum. You can really feel the word in your mouth. It kind of rolls around in there.
Stop talking about scrotums.
Filch starts going scrotum.
Filch is somebody who would have.
Scrotum.
Filch would be at a party with a high person in the corner and have a really earnest conversation.
Yeah. Filch's like, yeah, man. Scrotum.
I say, Liam.
Balls. Testicle. Testicle.
Why don't you just go ahead and make
Testicle.
another cheeky death saving throw?
Yeah,
for
I'm
me?
gonna. Grimsby makes another death saving throw. This is a 13.
Yes, 2-1. You're 2 up, 1 down.
Look, if you want to go in and go to the hospice and maybe talk to the king, you're gonna need to put all your weapons. They will be returned. We have no in the bag. In the bag, it's called. It's a bag. It's a Hessian
Oh,
bag.
I think it sounds better. I'll say sack.
Liam, it's a bag.
Oh,
It's a
whatever.
satchel.
I turn to Liam and I go, Liam, you be you. You do you. Here, take my arrows. Here's my dagger.
Yeah, put them in a sack. You say potato, I say sack.
Well, that's not a different way of saying potato.
Oh, whatever.
This is why you're not
I've got
allowed
their
to
stuff
cook
already.
anymore.
And I'm like, guys, there's a king.
Liam puts all
That's
this
right.
stuff in the
This
sack.
particular, a side effect of this poison is that you process conversation roughly 60 seconds after it's happened. So, with that in mind, I suppose, Bastoni, you're going to put your sword.
Yeah, he'll put his sword in there.
Satchel, in goes, that, in goes.
I don't have anything.
You have a maul.
You got them all.
I didn't bring. Well, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Have I brought that along this whole adventure? Have I?
We lost.
Is that why you threw a rock at
Yes,
the
I've
dinosaur?
not been using it. Do I
Okay.
have my javelins?
No, you don't have your javelins.
Just my maul.
And
I'll
we
write that
lost-
down. Thank you,
We lost
Dave.
the elephant gun, right?
You left the elephant gun
In a tree.
Yeah.
In a tree.
and a pistol on the ground. But with that in mind, the moment you put
I'll
you,
put my maul in.
and the
I'm like,
moment
hello. I forgot about this. I put it in.
And
I'm
the
like,
moment
easy
you-
come, easy go.
All right, Mary Poppins.
the moment Phil drops it into the satchel as well, it goes thunk down, and then the three grung workers have to come and drag the sack away into a little hut.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Liam.
And with that,
You're welcome.
two other grung. This time, one of them is green and one blue, and a purple one as well. The three of them arrive with a stretcher and offer to take.
I go to sit down, lie down.
The patient. Yes, very good. Classic Japes.
Do they carry me away?
They will, but they'll leave Grimsby there.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like,
Any of you can stop this.
this is comfy.
Oh, can I just throw Grimsby on the thing with Bobby?
Yeah, sure. So the two of you get taken to the hospice. As you're going down.
I'm a little spoon.
Also, the high is fleeting. So already, as you start to disappear, you come back to your senses.
Grimsby. I jump off and join the rest of the
All
group.
right. You are back, and this time the grung, whose name it transpires is Rourke, looks at
Bjork?
you. Rourke.
Bjork.
Rourke. With a hard K.
God.
Unnecessarily hard K.
Rourke.
Yeah, I'm Rook, by the way. That's me. That's who I am. I'm Rook. You might notice I'm orange. That's quite nice for me.
Were you always orange?
Yes. What?
I don't know.
Look, you're new here, mate.
Exactly. What?
But you're cruising for a bloody bruising, by which I mean a slap across the face. You saw, actually, that looked quite pleasant, but look, I'll just kick you in the scrotum that you find so funny.
Slap yourself.
Doesn't work that
Slap
way.
yourself.
He does.
It's fine.
It's totally fine.
It's
Now
still
now you've tricked me into slapping myself.
fair's fair.
Now look, we're going to look after your friend, but you need to speak to the king first. He likes to talk to outsiders and the like.
All right.
Sometimes the conversation that I can provide isn't, I suppose, stimulating enough.
You should like, I don't know, like read a book.
Oh yeah, the secret is to ask questions.
I
Yes.
do ask questions, actually. Interested is interesting.
Yeah.
Is that the second NPC that's used that as a mantra?
Yes, it's very popular in Chult.
It is known. It is known.
All right, so he leads you, and you realize that he is walking you towards that giant effigy of the obese frog that is at sort of the top of a low hill in the center of the marsh.
That's the fat frog. So that's the tour.
I whisper in his ear, sometime it's good to listen to podcasts, find out interesting facts when conversation lulls. And then I wink.
All right, as he walks you through, you notice as you get closer, you realize that, as I said, there are farmers all around the marsh, and they are frogs, all of the worker caste, and they're plucking the phosphorescent mushrooms and then kneading them in their hands and obviously fusing it with their own biological sort of contact poisons, and then squeezing them and putting them out to dry on racks. And you realize that this is sort of a whole operation that they've got going here.
Can I stop and talk to one of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, I kind of-
I mean, Rourke isn't going to like it, but you're giant.
No, but I just kind of
Yep.
gradually slowing down. And then I'll just like sit next to one of them. I'm like, sup, Froggo?
Oh,
No.
yeah. I think you should probably go back with Rock there. He's you don't really
I
want to.
see you.
Hmm?
Filch, see you.
I really do need to keep drying out these phosphorescent mushrooms. I've got a quota to
Me green, you green. It's not easy being green.
I don't know.
No. That is interesting. That hadn't occurred to me. All right, I want you to make a persuasion check. And because you're right, you are green, you get advantage, but it is DC 13. You can do it in the dice cam. All right, you got a 19. So
Sick.
this particular young grung of the lowest of the low castes hasn't seen an orc before, but he recognizes your skin, a fellow worker, and so opens up a little bit.
Yeah, right. What have they got you doing?
Oh, what not me doing? You know what it like.
Oh, I know what it's like.
So, what the deal here? You guys doing this
Not-
business?
Sunrise to sunset. You know, don't talk to me before I have my coffee, which we also have here.
There's a small coffee cart nearby.
Yeah. That's...
Yeah, what day is it? Coffee day?
every day. Hey, you're all right.
He introduces himself as Grub Grub.
I'm Grub.
Me Filch.
Oh, hey, Filge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the deal with this, what's this mushroom? Is
Phosphorescent mushroom. We sort of dry it out, grind it into a powder, sell it to mercenaries and pirates.
what it do?
What? You know, what doesn't it do? No, it makes you very high. It's the sort of thing that can make you march for a very long time, stay up for a very long time. I mean, grungs aren't meant to take it, so we absolutely don't, because it's infused with our own poisons. But you hear stories. Oof.
I wink, but I can't wink, so I blink.
You all right?
Yeah, me know what you're talking about.
You notice.
Yeah, don't get high on your own supply.
You know, at that moment, you notice Rourke has come over, and he seems angry at Grub Grub.
Grub. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that your job was this. He's so angry that he can't. He's like, I didn't realize that it was all about. It's not.
And at that, he slaps him really hard, and Grub Grub falls backwards in a plop into the marsh. But he obviously, tradition and centuries of sort of like appreciation of the caste system means he doesn't try to protect himself, and he just looks up at him and apologizes.
Yeah, I'm real sorry about that. I don't. Yeah.
Can I, when he did that, can I take a phosphorescent sheet, a phosphor sheet?
Yeah, they're quite distracted. So why don't you quickly make for me just a sleight of hand check? It'll be easy. So we'll
what's
call it.
that? Is that a thing here? Nope.
It is DC
I don't
5.
have one though. Oh, baby, I take a whole bunch.
Yeah, you do. You take a
that.
big, actually handful
Yes!
of the dried sort of shroom powder, which I didn't come up with a name for because I didn't think you'd get any. So,
and I got a pipe, Dave.
you do have a pipe. Okay, Rourke has had enough fun, and you follow him through. Remember, weaponless, and you make your way into the belly of the beast. And as you do, you actually have to pass gates where there are 6 more orange grung, this time with wickedly sharp obsidian spears. And they stand motionless, 2 of them doing that cross thing with the spears, and they let you through. And inside,
And sorry, Rock says, just in case you're wondering, they wouldn't have done that if I wasn't here. If you that would have just stayed. So just
that cool for you, huh? That real cool?
Yeah, that actually, do you know what? It is. And I can actually hear in your voice that you don't think it is. But if not for me, you'd be out here. What are you doing?
I'm so, wowed. I'm applauding you.
You got a grumpy come down there, buddy? You need a banana milkshake?
Look, I'm just going to deliver you to the king and then go about my duties, which are very important, by the way.
Oh, guys, there's the king.
All right, inside the giant effigy is a huge chamber, and it has beautiful pools in the base of it, and there is no, aside from the door, there's no holes for light, and it would be pitch black except carefully tended by red mottled hide grungs, beautiful phosphorescent mushrooms, and there's enough of them, and these ones are huge, that through the light, kind of sort of otherworldly light, you can see this space. Beautiful. At the far end of these lakes where they're grung, and a lot of them young as well, sort of seem to play in the water, there is a raised pool that has been constructed by sort of rocks that have been brought in, and inside that pool, resting, is a huge, fat, gold grung, almost twice the size of the others, so roughly the size as Filge, and he is like leaning back in this pool, which is bubbling slightly with steam rising from it, and his little webbed hands have sort of jewelry and bracelets, and around his neck he has a golden chain, and around his brow he has a golden diadem, and you realize that this must be the king of all the grungs of Dungrunglung.
Hot tub.
Yeah, I sidle up and I say, "Hey, big boy, room for two?" And then I wink.
Look at bloody Blinky Bill over here.
That weird reference.
What have you brought me?
You get to have a
Talk to
conversation with
God
yourself.
damn it. Yes, I brought you some people from the outside. They were fleeing from a giant lizard, and one of their party's sick in the hospice. I know that you like to talk to these sort of people, so I thought they might amuse you briefly. And he goes, "Yeah, all right, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds really good, actually. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. It's a really good idea. It's a really good idea."
And with that, he takes a small pipe that's beside it, and he takes a big sort of hit of this pipe.
Yeah, that's great. What do you got? Who are you guys? What's going on? Who are you?
I jump in the tub.
What? We got a live one here.
It's quite small, so yeah, like you're kind of your knees, but your knees are up to your stomach, and now yours have to be as well.
Yep. Well, here we go. This is a real invasion of my space.
And at that moment, Rourke makes a sort of glottal sound in the back of his throat, which puffs up so that almost twice his size, and 3 more of the orange grung that you hadn't spotted that were in the shadows surge forward with obsidian blades.
Yep.
But the gold grung puts his hand up.
Rourke, you've given me somebody who's making me real uncomfortable. Why have you done that, Rourke?
Filge misread some signals. Me thought this was gonna head somewhere else. Filge, no. So that's a no from okay, and then Filge just backs out of the pond.
In sodden clothing.
Yeah.
All right. So you make your way out of it, and you sort of stand sheepishly at the edge of, let's face it, the hot tub.
Yeah, right, okay, this is fun. So what's going on? Who are you guys?
We are adventurers searching for the lost city of Umu.
Close enough.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. What have you been doing? What's going on? Like, what's happened before this?
There was a big lizard.
Yeah, right.
Tried to.
So I'm bored for a sec, and he takes out from he's got on his hot tub, he's got like a drink there, and he's got his pipe there, and he's got like kind of a javelin thing there, and he throws it really hard at Rourke and just hits him in the head.
With a javelin? With a pointy end of a javelin.
Okay. And
that's why Ben didn't have to have any more conversations with himself.
Rourke, again, a very powerful grung in grung culture, but much less than a gold, takes a javelin to the face. It takes 7 points of damage, but sort of seems sheepish about it.
Yeah, fucked him up. Look at that. Did you see that? Did you see that? He got a javelin in the fucking head. How wild's that?
Once again, Dungeons & Dragons in no way endorses this show, which is on their channel. Okay, so he backs off Rourke to the hospice, presumably.
Yeah, I imagine so. I imagine he's not feeling particularly good. So what do you guys want? What's going on?
What you got?
You like to party?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
We're just some party dudes.
Yeah. Wait, pass that pipe around, bro.
Yeah.
Pass that pipe. Is that you being funny now? Is that what's happening? You think it's funny?
It seems like he's getting angry.
Yep. Being funny. Little joke.
Do you think that's behaviour befitting somebody in the presence of a king?
Can you quickly make for me an insight check, Bobby? In fact, all of you make an insight check for me quickly. Tell me.
9. Bobby got a 9.
Filch can't understand why he's
14,
not uncontrollably attracted
14.
to her. 17.
Okay, so so you guys passed. So Baston, you having in sort of Barovia, where sort of the land itself makes people mad, you've recognized Mania when you see it. This guy is obviously a sort of tin pot tyrant in his own world, high on his own supply, and very much out of control. And you realize a dangerous figure, particularly for you, surrounded by people loyal to him. None of you have weapons.
Right.
Filge, your insight tells you that he's not as into you as you first thought. And
Phil should have read the signs.
you're a little bit embarrassed, but you have enough self-pride that you can move on. So,
Mighty King,
Yeah.
we are travelers from a foreign land, come to learn your ways and hear your wisdom.
Ways and wisdom, come to the bloody right place, mate. Ways and wisdom. Yeah, right. Yeah, this is good. I like this. Sure. Yep. Well,
I hear you are a mighty warrior.
yep, you got that fucking right.
make a yeah, that's good. Make a charisma check for me.
Oh yeah, I got that. +1, baby. 15.
15. All right. He likes you.
Yeah.
And you've obviously, big, corpulent, and obese that he is, he prides himself as a great warrior, and perhaps he was when he was younger, but he starts laughing in a big glottal froggy way.
Hey, Crook, get this bloke a hat.
Oh, what?
All right, and
Yeah, get him a hat.
a old wizened grung with the red skin of a magic user and feathers braided into a sort of headdress that she wears comes forward with a big fancy hat, and she gives it to you.
Sick. Do I look good?
Yeah, you look fucking great,
Oh.
mate. You look really good in that hat.
This is a grung, as I said, it's a grung
You ever
headdress.
wear hats like that?
So
not-
Shoot all the time.
Well,
It's
thank
like
you.
all the time.
It's got its feathers and lily pads fashioned together like long flowing hair.
Oh my! I feel good in
Yeah,
this.
yeah. And
I
then
feel
all of a
this is
sudden he
me.
like lurches forward in the water. Those of you like, could have been your hat, and then lurches back.
And he sidles up to the side of the hot tub and he pats the empty side of it for you, Baston.
Fuck yeah! I'm getting into this. All right, slide in. How's the water?
Great, it's really
it's
nice.
really relaxing. This is
You want to take your shirt off, but you.
well, it was only a crop top anyway, so I've already got my anyway. This is a great setup you've got here.
Yeah, I know.
It's chill.
Yeah, that's all, what it's all about.
What do you guys do for like a fun round here?
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, like, Crook here would tell you that it's not so much fun anymore. Not since the spell plague. She's a bit of a stick in the mud, bit of a wet blanket, aren't you? Aren't you? She doesn't talk a lot, but she is. There's an issue. There is an issue. It's an issue that's troubling to think about. Sort of being overrun by hordes of the undead. Our poison doesn't work on them, which is it's a real irritation that happens. And so we've got a maze. That's nice, but mate, it's mainly just about chilling. You know, it's mainly just about chilling, enjoying life.
Stress is a killer.
It is. So am I, in a way.
Oh yeah, tons.
So while you are enjoying the water, you notice, Bobby, that you are getting a sort of side eye from Krook, the priestess, wizard, sort of magic user.
Yep.
And she, with a gnarled, webbed hand, indicates for you to step out of his vision and join her on the side of the pool.
Okay, I sidle over.
All right, so she, you see her, and she looks at you and in a low voice addresses you.
I don't know how much you have picked up from this, but we're in a bit of a pickle.
How so?
For the past 5 or 6 years, the king has been mad.
I see.
And look, we don't get many outsiders out here, and everybody's terrified of him. Look, I can't say too much, but if there's anything you can do, you would be greatly rewarded.
Does he have any weak spots?
He's a drug addict.
Oh yeah, sure. Just point out the thing we've been very loosely alluding to. At that point, you suddenly hear a shout, and you realize that Grok, which is his name, has noticed what's going on over there.
Oh, what are you chatty Cathy's talking about, huh?
I just wanted to see if I could get a hat. I know. I like that
What, you think we're a hat factory?
Hey, Baston, be cool.
They're not. It's not a hat factory.
It's not a fucking hat factory, mate. You know what? I think you might want to spend some time in the pit. Put him in the pit.
And put him in the pit. As he says, put him in the pit, you hear all of the young, both red, green, or orange, all of the frogs start chanting, put him in the pit, put him in the pit, put him in the pit.
Put him in the pit.
Even Baston, it seems.
Put him in the pit. Put him in the pit. Put him in the pit. It's catchy. Put him in the pit.
I'm going in the pit. I'm heading to the pit. Let's go to the pit. Heading to the pit. Going to the pit.
And about 6 grung, each of them with spears, come forward and they start prodding you out of the room.
Going
Bobby.
to the pit, guys.
And you,
can hear the
Filch,
song.
and even Friezo. And and
put me in the pit. Put me in the pit.
Put me in the pit.
so we're gonna
Put me in
split.
the pit.
We're gonna split the party. Baston, I guess you're staying in the hot tub.
Yep.
All
Do you
right.
see how I put him in the pit?
They didn't see that coming.
Nah, it's good to put people in the pit. And then he just kind of has a 1,000-yard stare.
Meanwhile, the pit. All right. So there's a as you walk out past the marsh, in a corner of this community that you have not yet seen, there is a made out of rough-hewn logs. There is a sort of lattice gridded sort of cage. And as they pull it sucking out of the mud, you see reinforced with stone and rotting, stinking bits of wood, they've carved out a depression and they prod you into it. And as you guys allowing them to, there's a lot of them, to be fair, they sort of slam the cage shut. And one of them, which you recognize as Rourke, and you only recognize this because he has
A javelin sticking out of his head.
exactly, addresses you.
Yes, well, I suppose you think this is a bit funny, don't you? You think this is amusing?
No, that's horrendous.
What?
Sorry, I apologize for everything up until I've met your king, and no disrespect to your people's culture, but he is a monster, and you guys deserve better.
Look, just get in the pit. I mean, it's going to be simpler for everybody if you just get in the pit.
Rock, we don't know if you heard about the dinosaurs unionizing
How would I... What?
in back in Chult. Where were we?
We're
Where
in
did we
Chult.
start?
We've been in Chult the whole time.
Chult.
On the coast, yeah.
On the
no,
coast.
I didn't hear that. What?
No, didn't make the papers here?
No, we don't get papers here.
We're a consultancy group.
Listen, this might be the simplest solution for right now,
Yeah.
but is it the final solution?
What my colleague trying to say is we specialize in
Genocide?
In a manner of
genocide,
speaking.
regicide, you name a side, we covered it.
Side of slaughter. See, we can be funny. That's me demonstrating that we can be funny.
That was pretty good.
All right,
Yeah.
now, Rourke, now Krook is a simple orange grung, an elite warrior but not gifted in thought. And he seems confused and conflicted. And in fairness, he was stabbed earlier, and that might be partly why. And he doesn't, for a second, he looks like he wants to believe
So
you.
that's Rourke. You said...
Rourke, sorry,
Yeah.
not Krook. They're all very different, highly different names.
No, all sound the same to you, do they?
All right.
Yeah.
And so Rourke doesn't quite know what to say, and he seems like he's about to speak when behind him an old voice says, "Rourke, you are out of your depth. Leave them with me." And he sort of defers to, as the caste system, caste system dictates.
My God.
You know the movie Cars 3?
Yep. Go on.
It's similar sounding to the first word in that.
As the Cars 3 system dictates,
Dave, you're doing great.
Rourke defers to this red elder, which is Krook, who you've met before,
Right.
and she clicks her fingers imperiously, and Rourke is forced to make his men withdraw. And you're now locked in the cage, and on the other side, you can see her face.
I think we have a lot to talk about, you and I.
Oh, it's your girlfriend, Bobby, says Filch. Me really think me reading the signs right this time. Your girlfriend.
I sigh. Go on.
Look, like I say, we don't get a lot about... what do you...
Sorry, just disregard my friend.
She going to keep doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Bobby, me a frog.
It'll become.
You're going to be bullied about this for so much longer
It'll become
than
white-
this encounter.
It'll become white noise eventually. Just please, just try and tune it out.
Well, I heard the word regicide mentioned before, and that's a word that I haven't heard in a very long time. But it's one that's worth entertaining, I suppose. Now, I have the key to this cell, and you don't. Obviously, that's how cells work. We're not idiots. So, if I let you out, will you assist in, I suppose, a coup d'etat?
Yeah. So here's what I can offer you. I have in the sack.
You don't have the sack?
I have in the sack.
Liam's not with you.
No,
Alright.
that you guys have in your possession.
Oh, Liam, yes.
Another kind of poison. The giant spiders of these Chiltern forests, as you know, have a very, let's say, infamously powerful venom.
Yeah.
These are the ones with a skull on it.
Oh!
Um,
Did you smooch that one to death? It's my understanding that you can smooch one to I'm going to get it in every episode.
Yeah, so she recognizes that you're, of course, talking about Tianki death spiders, which are one of the most venomous types of giant spiders in Chult, and their venom is so different to the grung's own biological venoms that it kills them.
Best on. So, I mean, your stock and trade is poisons, but maybe you'll know what to do with this one, even if it's a little different from what you're used to.
Are you suggesting we poison a poisoner? How delicious.
Sorry, has she become a Bond villain?
Sure.
Oh, what do the frog people have as pets?
Briefly became Sir Grimsby. and had to work out a thing to do.
All right.
Does your king, does he ever eat?
Look, his appetite is suppressed, which is odd to look at him, but most of that weight is water and drugs.
If we could get this poison into his tub, into his pond,
Well,
and he's stewed in it for as long as, if he never gets out of there, he would very slowly
He
decay.
actually looked so obese that he probably couldn't get out of the tub, just so you know. Like, he kind of filled it. Baston has found a little Baston-shaped hole in the side. But yeah, like
he doesn't let many people close enough, except your friend, of course, right now, who's
Well,
in
there you
favor.
go.
Which actually reminds me, so while this conversation is going on and you are trying to seal the deal, Baston,
Yeah.
you are having at a party?
Yeah, just partying.
But it's just the two of us, right?
Just chilling. Just in two
You guys like are at basically you're at the club, but you're on the mezzanine level because of the way the pool
The hot
works.
tub.
Yeah,
So
but it
you-
is just the two of us.
So
Like,
how do you tell a lady frog from a boy frog?
I got a pretty big dick.
All right.
Is that was that your question?
No, but I could tell
I
that you
felt
were
like
one.
that was your question.
No, I'm just
I got
saying.
a pretty big dick.
I'm just feeling the club vibe.
I don't like this, man. What are you talking about?
I think you look pretty tough. You're like a tough guy. Oh boy. What?
Yeah.
Somebody brings you another hat.
Ooh, I got it. Man, it sucks that you're like stuck here and that you can't make your kingdom bigger, because of the undead and stuff.
Why?
I mean, because they're just dicks,
Yeah.
Sometimes when
massive dicks.
you got a bad neighbor and he's outside,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just not, you don't want to go there because he's just bad news.
You want to just
Just rip his head off.
right off. Yeah.
He nods a lot and he passes the pipe that he has to you, Baston.
I mean, who am I to say no to hospitality? All right. Yeah, I'll hit it.
Make
Why
it
not?
Constitution saving throw, DC
All right,
13.
let's see. This is the best. I don't even have to do it. There's no After Effects in Dungeons and Dragons. 1. That's a 1. That's a big old 1.
I think you know what that means.
Uno. Brrr.
Is he coughing a lot?
A lot.
Yeah, man. Fuck, man. Yeah.
Okay. Krug, at this point, as we cut back to the cage, has pulled out the key and is holding it up to the bars just out of your reach.
Yep. And have I got
Liam is next to her.
Yeah.
She's called Liam.
Yep.
Sack.
Liam, I heard you embarrassed yourself last time.
I don't remember that.
Look, I'm
I
gonna
just
let
took this
these.
sack around. Look at this.
Okay.
You know what stuff in a
Okay.
fitness sack? Ain't no bag, it's a sack.
I'm gonna let you both out.
The three of you.
Friezo?
Oh yeah, he's here. Take the poison, give it to your friend.
And bonk him on the head. Got it. Got it.
Can we also from the Filch? Can we that pipe that you picked up earlier as well? Well,
No, she doesn't give you all your items because she doesn't quite trust you yet. But she pulls out
I'll
of it.
give you the spider venom.
Pulls out the sort of water skin of Tiyanki death spider venom,
Yeah.
and she hands it to you as she opens the sack. She opens the cage. The cage.
Can I make something up?
Yeah, all right.
And she says,
Going off book.
Yep. She says, this will be fatal to Grok after a fashion. A grung of his size will take some time to die from the spider venom, but your friend in the hot tub with him, he's got mere moments. So once he administers the poison, he needs to make an excuse and leave. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. I mean, I don't really care as long as he. I mean, this is more you.
I get
than-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think
And she's walking you back towards.
can we have an escort to us and to sort of administer back in as a kind of
She gives you Liam.
okay Liam, I'd like you to present us.
Yeah. What?
I'd like you to present us back and say that we are penitent, and as a sign of respect to and to apologize, we humbly offer a cool bubble bath.
Oh mate, what? And I feel like he'd be like, oh man, no, I don't talk to him. I can't. He'll kill me immediately. I'm not the right color.
You can do it.
Is he the right color?
No, he's incredibly green.
He's very green.
The
but
greenest. He's
If-
greener even than Filch's friend Grub Grub.
He'd eat me alive. But I can show you the back way in. Can I do that? Dan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll show you the back. I'll show you the green frog, like the cleaning entrance or something. Right?
Okay.
He takes you around to the back.
To the butt of the frog.
Okay, so is
Takes you around to the effigy's butt, and there is a small door.
and so is
And
that
a
in a,
sign that says "Help only."
Filch has an idea. Can she run it past Bobby? Or should she just
She can do
it?
whatever she wants.
Let's hear it.
Filch is Dragon Huddle. She's like, how about Filch pretend to be masseuse? And go behind him, start massaging, and pour the poison.
Yeah, you massage him, and I'll go and I'll get Baston out, and I'll drop the poison into the.
Are we dropping a knife into a pool?
No. This is the spider poison.
Spider poison.
Oh,
It's like
okay,
the
got
venom
it.
sacs.
Yep. Oh, you give me poison, me use as massage oil.
No, but then you'll get it on your hand.
Oh, good point. This,
I was
It's why we
absolutely that would have killed you, but I was going to see what you did.
this is why we huddle. Good chat. Good chat. Wait, so what's the point of massage now?
to distract to distract the king.
Oh yeah.
The doors come through, and you see the downstairs to the upstairs of the king's quarters of Dungrunglung, where there are, I suppose, small grung butlers that secretly fall in love with grung scullery maids, and but for their lowly births will never really enjoy their station. And you think not for the first time this would make a great TV series, but as you
Not for the first time. I've been thinking it the whole time that I've been there.
Yeah.
Ever since I got high.
and you make your way through a winding corridor so small you have to crawl through it, and you find yourselves on a narrow ledge, a small jump down from above the king, the golden grung, who has not so far, only you've climbed through, Bobby, so far. He hasn't spotted any of you, but you can see Baston having an animated
And
conversation.
then I ripped the bedpost off and I threw it into him. And then like a fucking vortex came out. It was crazy, man.
does sound
It was
crazy.
And then I lost my girlfriend. And like she's pretty.
Have you written any of this? You should write a book about this.
Look, I was thinking that.
Yeah,
I was thinking that
yeah.
same thing.
Nah, I know.
Man,
I know.
you get me. You
Yep,
get me.
Yep.
I'm so glad I met you.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Quickly, Bobby.
I like motion to Baston, and I'm like waving my
Oh,
arm.
hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay, and I go.
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, no, you can. But first of all, the grung. Yeah, the grung king looks up.
Sure, do I?
Well, he just.
All right. Yeah. No, I look up.
Oh wait, I'm above them.
Yeah, I sit on a small ledge. I jump. I hop
Oh.
above. And you don't know what to do yet because only people that sort of serve you normally come through there, and you are very high.
Yeah.
We're so high.
You're like, hey guys.
Frog's got a mustache.
Are you like, hey guys? Should I jump up from here into a pool?
Huh? Do you reckon?
Yeah, do it.
That would be wild.
Should I do it?
That
wow.
would be wild.
Should I
if
do
you
it?
did that.
Do it.
Do
Do
it.
it.
Okay.
Do
All right.
it.
Firstly,
Do
two
it.
things.
Everybody stop.
Do it.
Okay. You need him to be so excited by this jump that he stays in this euphoric rush, okay? So you need to execute a really good jump.
Yeah.
All right, so I need you to make a dexterity roll for me, and this I'm going to make challenging, 'cause even though it's quite easy, because you need to do some of that backflip shit you saw before. So it's DC 15.
Now, am I going to be jumping? I can't jump into his pool. I'll be
No.
jumping into an adjacent pool.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh, there are
okay.
other pools? I thought
Why
we
don't
were
you
like
jump
a
into his
thimble.
pool?
You're
Hey,
on-
there's no
thimble
room in his.
situation.
I take it there's no room
There,
in his
yeah,
pool.
you're not
No
in
other
the-
room. Yeah.
There's no other pool. No, he's on the elevated pool, but you could basically swim up to his pool like it's like one of those bars in a pool.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
Cool.
So roll DC 15.
Dice cam. Ooh, no.
Okay.
Deuce.
You fall and you sort of clunk down, and he looks a bit irritated, like he wanted to see something amazing, and you see him look at you and for the first time ask himself, why would a grung have such a mustache?
Why would a grung have such a mustache?
Oh, who want to see another better dive? Thank you to my warm-up guy. Now it's time for the magnificent grug to famous diver to execute her move, and Filch, who's very scared of heights.
DC 15, and you're not a rogue, but go for it.
Does a dive.
+2.
What do I have to get?
15, just like Bobby had to.
11.
And that's an 11, and you sort of clonk your head on the side of it, and you both land down. And
You
now
gotta get yourself some better frogs. Those guys suck.
And then
terrible.
from my position, I'm like, Baston, somebody has to do something cool. You do it. You're the coolest guy
I can
here
make my
besides the
wang
king.
go like a helicopter.
Make it what?
What?
My wang. And he gets up and he like shakes his wang around.
Okay, that
Phil just like leaning on the side of the pool like this.
that distracts
It's
him.
beautiful.
That distracts him.
So he's gotten out of the pool to do that.
No, Baston.
He just needs to stand up and
And
just-
I said there's not a lot of space. So yeah, he's kind of all up in his face.
I'm like, Baston, you climb the ledge and you do the jump. You'll do a great job.
I'm shaking my wang around, man.
Yeah, man. What's cooler than shaking your wang down here than doing it up there above everybody?
You know what? Then everyone can see.
Yeah.
And
So-
then Phil's like, oh yeah, we can't see properly.
all right, you have disadvantage because you're poisoned by grung
Also,
poison.
because how do I climb? I just have to climb
You
the
just
wall.
it's like it's just an it's an
I'm-
awkward climb, but it's not a difficult
I've
climb.
been overtaken.
DC 10, but with
So
disadvantage.
is the king watching him?
I think
Fine.
everyone's
17.
Everyone's watching.
Look
it.
at me climbing. I'm amazing.
Dis-
While he's
Disadvantage.
doing that, I'm tipping
What-
the
wait.
poison into the pool.
Great.
Can
Finish
I
this
just
for me.
can I just say that while all of this is unfolding, the king is starting to kind of raise his hand in the way that's going to summon guards. Like he's not. He's not after 2 failed dives attempts and a penis waved in his face. He's starting to get high as he is a little bit like, hang on just a second.
All right. So
yeah.
firstly, roll the second dice because that was disadvantage.
So where
'cause-
am I diving into?
no,
Back
you're
into
not.
the
Right now, you're
king's
just
pool?
climbing up.
I'm
so,
climbing.
so that everyone can see. What did you roll?
14.
Okay, you
plus
make it.
2.
You actually
That's
make it
so
up.
good.
Even and so now you are naked, sort of just tottering at the top of the diving board of the Grung's personal pool,
On a
so
ledge, yeah.
everyone can see. And you're starting to twig to this.
I can only make
However,
it go in one direction.
it's impossible to not. What did you say? I can only make it go in one
yeah,
direction.
I can't do it the other way. Only one way.
Which way?
He is distracted
Just
for a
for the
second,
fan
and
art.
quickly make for me a sleight of hand.
Clockwise. I
Anti-clockwise.
wanna
That's
say
enough.
clockwise.
That's all right. You've got +6. So,
Okay.
So Bobby pours the entire water skin into the pool, which the color of it instantly goes jet black. And however, you don't notice this, but you have noticed that not all is not right. And already the king raises his hand, and then his air sac in his neck expands, and he lets out a loud honk. Oi! And all of the little grungs snap to attention.
These 3. This one, the little one, green one, and the one with the propeller penis. I reckon,
Take us to the pit. Take us to the pit. Take us to the pit. Take us to the pit.
The pit
Take
of
us to-
Dungrunglung is, of course, a punishment fit for those that have done petty offenses, offended, stolen minor items. But for ones such as you who have interfered with the enjoyment of the most righteous golden grung king, there is a greater fate in store. It is, of course, the fate of death. For this king, mad as he is, and now poisoned and slowly dying, still has soldiers at hand. Will the dragon friends make their way out? Why has Filge taken enough, I suppose, narcotics to poison a small village? And will Baston get to keep his hat? For the answers to questions like this, tune in next week to Dragon Friends. Thank you.
Bye.
And that's what we call having so much fun in a hot tub that we don't finish the adventure. That's all the time that we have, so you guys are going to have to escape Dungrunglung next week.
we got close though.
I think we're pretty close,
Yeah,
guys.
just let him cook.
We basically poisoned him. And if we didn't I was gonna Princess Leia him. Like if they
You were gonna
get a
Put on
chain
a
and
golden
be like,
bikini. Oh yeah.
I wish when you guys had come back, Baston had been in a gold bikini. Oh,
let's
missed
just change
opportunity.
What a missed opportunity. Such
Okay, thank you very much for that. We're going to do a Q&A, so stick around after the stream if you've got any questions. Some of us are going to be live, and we're going to do that live right now on Twitch. Otherwise, we will see you next week. Thank you very much. And if you're watching this right now, Alex is getting married.
what?
That's right, in the future. Thank you.